Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good afternoon or maybe good morning and good evening for all of you who watch this video. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Dyah Ginting. My student's ID 210188012 and I'm from English Department, especially English Education. From the first slide, I believe you already know that what speech that I will convey in these occasions. Right, persuasive speech. Where the title, should we put all our trust in social media? Let's begin with the first slide. And this. For all of us, for the humans who doesn't know social media. Why we need social media? Is there any effect of the social media in our life? Or probably that we have special relationship with social media? And can we live without it? All of these questions actually are in our brain and it stimulates us to think deeply about the social media in our lives. Is social media really complicated or make our life easier? In case of that, I will talk about it. Let's come to the facts. The number of active social media users worldwide is 3.96 billion, 3.96 billion, and it representing roughly 51% of the global populations. So you can imagine that it is almost people in the world use social media. And it can be concluded that at least one people use one social media platforms in their daily lives. And in consuming time in August 2022, the average user spends 147 minutes each day on social media. That's an increase of 2 minutes compared to previous years, and the source is from statista.com. Actually, in 2015, with the same source, we spent 1 hour 51 minutes in our social media in daily lives. But in 2022, still with the same source, we spent 50.33%, that's the increase, 147 minutes. Yeah, you can see that. I believe almost our time in our daily lives, we use social media just for fun or maybe for the purpose, divinely with the explains of the purpose. So where are we? Where are we now as the humans? Where are we now as the residents of Indonesia? And where are we in our social life? As of February 2022, Indonesia had around 191.4 million active social media users. Active social media users. We are in the third ranking after China and India in the Asia Pacific. We don't need to applaud because we are the third rank now, because it's the bad, not only positive, but the bad image, the bad sides always haunted us. So in China, it's from the statistica.com. There are 983.3 million active social users. Meanwhile, in India, there are 467 million people who has social media and they are the active users. You can imagine that almost all of the hours in their lifespan in the social media. I think if it is compared with their daily lives in the in the world, real world activities, social media still became the winner. And from all of the social media, we already know there are so many platforms that we use. Facebook, Facebook is the leading social media platform, especially in Indonesia, with a market share of approximately 70% as of October 2022. Facebook is the king from all of the social media platforms. And in worldwide, there are 2.96 billion active users in the world for Facebook. You can imagine that's half, I think it's almost half of people in this world that exist that live use Facebook their lives. So, from those explanations, are we addicted? Or we can ask ourselves, you can ask yourself, am I addicted with social media? Are we addicted? So let's come to the positive sides because there's a sentence, don't judge a book by the cover. So now we cannot judge social media negatively, really negative, or maybe that's positive based on our perceptions. Let's see the positive sides first. As well as we know, social media is a great tool for connecting with others, even for the people who we don't know their identities at all. We never meet him, we never meet them. A great tool for connecting every day. I believe every day we chat with our friends in the social media, whatever that social media we are chatting with our friends, with our family, or even we give comment to the person that we don't know, we never met, but we give the comments to their posts in social media. And the second, it promotes business and increase sales. As well as we know that there are so many, really so many marketing place, online marketing place around us. And daily life, we often order the things, order the service from those platforms, online marketing platforms. As for entertaining, absolutely after we do all of the exhausted activities in our real life, we need something that entertains us. We can, yeah, open the social media and look so many things that really amuse us. It can increase our mood. And for learning, don't forget about learning. So many also education platforms for the students, for another persons that everybody wants to learn. Yeah, they can learn widely. They can learn free from the social media. But watch out. If there's positive, there is negative. Yeah, you can see addicted, depressed, suicide, anxiety, cheating, bullying, and hacks. We are fighting with all of these. We are fighting. Addicted. Let's ask to ourselves how many times that we spend ourselves in our social media than in our real life. And depressed can cause suicide. Why? We can see that there are so many actors, there are so many people even that we don't know suicide. Because in social media, actually, we often see the pleasures life of someone. If we use social media, definitely we will not show them that, oh, I'm really so scared, I'm really so sad right now. We will not show that because we will often show to the people about the pleasures of their lives. What are they? But for the people who compare their lives with another person's life, they will depress and will cause suicide. They will think like, oh my God, why my life is like this, still like this? I already did try B, but my life I think is so flat than another persons that us in social media. It can cause suicide. You can depress, you can stress, and you can suicide. Anxiety, cheating, bullying, and hacks. Yeah, we often meet all of this in our life. And once again, I study that we are in war for all of these negative sides. Let's come to one of the examples of how negative social media is if we don't use it wisely. TikTok blackout challenge. Who doesn't know TikTok? I also have TikTok, but I rarely use these applications. In TikTok, there's a challenge named Blackout. I will explain later what is Blackout challenge. But the main points that we should focus is it linked to more than 80 deaths back. And in late November of 2022, a Bloomberg Business Week, it is one of the online platform in news. In Business Week reports linked at least 15 deaths in children 12 and under to the challenge in the last 18 months. Another 5 deaths in children aged 13 and 14. It's the new teenagers that use TikTok but they don't use it wisely. And in January of 2023, Milagros settled 12 years old. Has from Argentina. He was died after allegedly attempting the challenge. It's from the New York Post. So what is the challenge actually? It is referred as choking challenge, choking and pass out challenge. So it is encourage the users to hold their breath until they pass out due to lack of oxygen. We know in our life we really need oxygen to live. We cannot live without the oxygen. And in this challenge, it challenged the user of TikTok to do the blackout to choke their neck or maybe tie their head with the rope for a few minutes. It's like the challenge of your opportunity of your lucky. So if your lucky is still alive, yeah, you win that challenge. But if no, you will die. So as one point, I will say that this is the silly challenge, a really silly challenge because it can make you die without another causes. It's silly that if you just follow the TikTok blackout. Absolutely, I would say don't use social media as your platforms to make you famous. So, do you trust with your own social media? I ask you, and I also ask myself. But in my opinions, I do not trust my social media accounts or another people's in social media 100%. Why? Because in my opinions, all of these, just like a drama, all of these are so many cheating parts. Okay, that's all from my speech about the social media. And here I'd like to invite all of you to use your social media wisely. Don't don't use your social media as your killers. As the closing statement, I will say that the content of your social media is your phone, but the social media platforms is your gasoline. That's all from me. I'm Dyah Lestari Ginting. Thank you for watch this video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.